Welcome to New York, dreamer. Welcome to New York. We're here for a weekend trip to New York, and I haven't been to New York in about a decade. And the last time I went, it didn't go so well. So I've been kind of afraid of coming back. Out of all the cities in the entire world, New York kind of scares me the most. Is that a little crazy? I don't know. I just feel like the hustle and bustle here is just different from anywhere else in the world. So I'm looking forward to seeing if my mind's changed this trip. I mean, I was just a wee little girl of 21, 22 last time I came here, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have the same opinion of it. But we're going to do some of the touristy things. Of course, we're going to eat some of the food, although the goal of this trip is to eat more like a local, if that's possible. Not quite sure what that means, but essentially not eat at all of the fancy restaurants. Mainly because the second goal of the trip is to see if the cost of New York is as much as I have thought it was, or at least heard that it was. We are here on a budget this weekend to see what the cost breakdown is. I will go into much more detail tomorrow, but for tonight we got in a little bit late in the afternoon, got caught in traffic, had a $100 cab ride from LaGuardia, welcome to New York, and we are staying at the Hilton Midtown. We are hungry, so we are going to go find some New York pizza to start out our New York trip. Let's go. Just got done eating some pizza, and I think it is time to head to Times Square. If I didn't know I was in New York, I sure do now. Times Square does not disappoint. Everyone should go. Must go explore. Good morning. Before I headed off for the day, I thought I would kind of tell you a little bit about why we're here, what's the plan. I know I dabbled in that yesterday, but I wanted to go into a little bit more detail today. I think I mentioned that we're staying at the Hilton Midtown. We're staying here because we have a timeshare presentation tomorrow. I'm going to do a whole video on that. So if you want to see that, subscribe, and it'll probably be out next week or the week after. And I'm going to tell you all about my timeshare selling experience and whether it was worth it. It definitely cut the cost of this trip way down, but I will do a complete cost analysis at the end of this video. Last night we seen Times Square. I loved it. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I could gush about it all the time. I just love the energy. I don't think I would have been prepared for it a decade ago. Really, we drove into the city on a 3-month road trip, got in, couldn't really drive anywhere because of New York traffic, and we pretty well turned around and went somewhere else. That was really my experience with New York. So this time we're on foot, subway, cabs. We flew into LaGuardia, and so far it's been a pretty different experience. Living in Orlando has definitely opened us up to being more city people, and I really love London. Love it so much. So I thought, I was like, I need to experience New York. We wrapped up the night at a pub, and I just had a local lager. It was excellent. And then we split some ice cream. The vibe was really good in there. Really chill, even though it was like a couple blocks off of Times Square. We slept really good last night. The bed was really good. This room is junky. I will probably tell more about the room in my timeshare video, but generally I don't advise staying here. Our room was pretty dirty and ill-kept whenever we arrived. It is a good size though, so if that matters to you, I feel like it's a good size for a New York room. It doesn't feel like you're in a closet. I would have just preferred it to be a whole lot cleaner. It was not up to snuff for me personally. The plan today I am really excited about. First, bagel. Second, coffee. Maybe reverse those. Then we're going to take the subway to Chelsea Market. I'm going to explore, taste all the food that I can shove into my face, and potentially rate them. I'll try to insert maybe a short of it. I'm going to probably make a short of it because I don't know how loud it's going to be in there, but I can probably put it into this video instead of linking it up above. But it'll be one way or the other. And tonight we're going to the Broadway show Book of Mormon. That's been on my must-see list for so long, and it just hasn't lined up. So I had to see it while I was here. We want to see 6 also, but tickets for the Broadway show were pricey. So probably won't see both of them this trip, as we're trying to keep budget in mind. I've talked for way too long though. It is definitely time to go get some breakfast. I'm so excited. This is an onion bagel with scallion lox cream cheese. So we've almost ate all of our bagels, and I have to say that after some consideration, this is not the best bagel that I've ever had. It's good, but it's not the best. The scallion lox cream cheese could be fresher, and this bagel is over toasted. Good, but not great. Coffee secured. I got the whiskey barrel aged cold brew. I love it here. I'm afraid we're gonna have to get back on the subway to go down to the financial district. So I think that's what we're gonna do. even though my first experience on the subway was less than enjoyable, it really was as dirty as I thought it was. It might have been even dirtier. After going on the London and the Paris tubes, this was a nightmare. It's the most efficient way down to where we're going, so we're gonna go see the 9/11 memorial and we're gonna go see the financial district now. So let's go. Now you're privy to what my face looked like the entire time of Book of Mormon. It blew me away, you guys. It was so good. Oh, I'm living my Broadway high. Oh, I'm kind of hungry, but it's 10:30, so it's a little late to eat. So with that, I'll see you in the morning. It's the start of our last full day here in New York. And it is the day that we have our timeshare presentation. So we'll see how that goes. Obviously, you need to subscribe and go watch the next week's video to see. Anyway, though, what else do we have planned today? We are hopefully getting to the financial market because we didn't get there yesterday. Yesterday, we ended up spontaneously going to the 9/11 memorial and going to the museum. We accounted for 2.5 hours at the museum. You probably need to account for at least half an hour, if not an additional hour past what we did. We were cut a little bit short. The Chelsea market and that whole area yesterday was so busy. Oh my gosh, it was so busy. I was kind of prepared, but I wasn't fully prepared for it. The food was good, but it wasn't fantastic. So I'm not really sure what the hype's about. You'll have to kind of tell me in the comments what people like really love there. Maybe I missed it. We did get the tacos and they were very good. But dealing with the crowds and there is nowhere to sit. That was really the number one thing. Like, where are you supposed to eat if you go there? There really isn't anywhere to sit. Then we went to the Starbucks roastery that was next door because I need some coffee. Then last night we went to Broadway. It was fantastic. So good. Man, I was living on my Broadway high. So today, besides our timeshare presentation and going down to the financial district, I am not really sure. I think we're going to go get some breakfast at a pretty popular spot and maybe take a stroll in Central Park. Maybe check out the friend's apartment if we have time, and maybe check out some unique attraction this evening. Going to make the most of our last full day here, so we better get started. Before we go to our presentation, we thought we'd have a little bit of a snack. So we grabbed a couple bagels. I got one bagel sandwich with brisket and cheese and onions. Looks divine. and then one rainbow bagel with cream cheese. It's so beautiful inside. I mean, look how beautiful all those colors are. That is one stunning bagel. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. Pretty good. Actually, I think it's a little fruity. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think it actually has a little bit of like a fruity flavor. It's pretty cool. I like that. It was better than yesterday's bagel for sure, which is good because I wanted redemption for that because that one was just okay. It did not live up to expectations. It is really cold outside today, and it's kind of putting a damper on what we thought we would do. We want to get out and do some kind of experience this evening after the presentation, but we're gonna see what we get up to because it's pretty cold to walk the streets. It's in the low 20s. That's pretty cold for these Orlandoans. Probably seen from the B-roll just before this that we didn't end up at any experiences. We did end up though at a fabulous pub and had a really great dinner. Great apps, great drinks, absolutely amazing, really great ambiance. Service was terrible, but that's just New York. Let's talk about the value of this trip. I'm gonna put on screen the general cost that we paid. That includes tip, generally around 20 to 22% on all food checks. We ate a couple meals a day. Yesterday we didn't have dinner, so that definitely cut down on the cost. So if you're 3 meals a day type of people, definitely increase the food cost there. Also, if you're not doing a timeshare presentation like us, then you need to add in a accommodation cost of probably around $600 would probably be fair, and your entertainment cost might be a little bit more than us as well. We did the 9/11 museum and we did a Broadway show, but other than that we didn't have a whole lot of entertainment costs because food's pretty entertaining to me. Alcohol I consider entertainment, and the general vibrancy of the city and seeing the main sights is entertainment. Timeline as to how long you should be in New York: 3 days passed like that. So if you've never been to the city before, a week would not do you wrong. You could easily find something to do for an entire week here. So take into account how much you want to do whenever you are planning how long you want to be here. 3 days is not very much. Other than that, I hope you had a great time hanging out with me. I sure loved having you along for the journey. I'll be back shortly with another travel video dreamer. Until next time, bye.